Hi everyone, welcome back to Nick's Diecast. In today's video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the 2023 Hess police truck and cruiser. I got this Hess truck for my parents for Christmas, and I think for 2023, the Hess truck was around $42 or so. You can see it comes in the standard Hess box here, where you have a picture of the side of the truck on the sides of the box, and then on either side flap, you have a picture of the front and the back of the truck. Nice looking box. And on top there you did see the Hess logo. And then on the bottom here it does show you the various features of both the primary vehicle and the secondary vehicle. In the case of this truck, it does have the secondary cruiser vehicle that has the battering ram on the front that I will show you later once I get the truck and other vehicle out of the box. So we'll go ahead and get out the truck here from the side. Open it up. And as you can see, it does have some packaging on it. They always do like a cardboard, I guess, insert or piece for the bottom of the truck that they kind of mount the wheels in. And then on the top, there's a piece of protective clear plastic. Here's the instruction sheet. It tells you how like the batteries are installed and everything. On Hess trucks, the past few years or so, they have been pre-installing the batteries in the models. So all you have to do is pull these like plastic green tabs in order to get the truck and the secondary vehicle to work. Of course, these do have working lights and sound. Well, the main truck has the working lights and sound, but the cruiser does have working lights. We'll go ahead and pull out that tab from the truck, and then we can operate the lights and sound soon. I'm going to get out the cruiser next. Oh, it looks like they did pack the cruiser up in some nice protective clear packaging. So we'll get that out of its plastic sleeve. Very nice. There should be some kind of a tab, I think, on the cruiser too. So once I get that out, I'll pull that, and then we can see how the lights and sounds work on the models. And the cruiser is a pullback as well. We'll get to see that later. Yep, that's awesome. We'll pull out that tab, and then we can operate the lights. And that scope does rotate. Awesome. Or that light, I don't know what it is, a light or a scope, but whatever it is, it does operate. Look at the lights on here, very cool. And of course with the truck you do have the regular lighting, and then you have the flashers. And then all the working sound buttons are on the roof. Very cool. Let's put on the flashing mode. Awesome. Now we'll take a closer look at both of these vehicles and see how they hold up to previous trucks that Hess has released. And of course, this Hess truck does have several sound functions on it as well. Typical to previous Hess trucks, all the sound functions are buttons on the roof here. So here are all the sounds that you can make with this truck in particular. So that's really cool that you have all those different sound functions with the truck, and they do seem of high quality too. In terms of the speaker is actually located on the base of the truck, as is the case for most speakers on Hess trucks that have the sound functions. Now sometimes Hess will have a sound function for the opening back door or lift gate of some of their trucks, or sometimes if it's like a flatbed truck with a ramp, when you pull out the ramp or open the door, it'll make like a metallic kind of clattering sound to simulate the actual ramp or door coming up or lowering down. But on here to open up the back door, you just push the button like that. And then you have the battering ram back here. I really like how the whole truck itself is dark green, and the smaller vehicle is done in all white. A lot of times for Hess trucks in the past, you would see the bigger truck, or I guess the primary truck, I'm not really sure what the right term should be, would be all white with, you know, the green Hess markings and green stripes and whatnot. And the secondary vehicle would usually be all green with, you know, the white accents and stuff, and the white Hess symbols. But I kind of like how they switched things up a little bit for the 2023 truck. And of course, with the Cruiser, which is the secondary vehicle of the 2023 Hess police truck, you do have functioning lights on it, which I did show in the earlier portion of the video. This actually rotates almost all the way around up here on the roof, and this does of course have a pullback motor as well for some pullback action. You can supposedly pop like a wheelie with this depending on how you pull it back. I have tried it up on like harder floors and stuff, and it worked a little bit but not too well. And despite the fact that the wheelie function isn't really the best on here, the pullback function in general is quite good, as you kind of saw, even on the carpeting here in the basement. It moves, you know, quite smooth and quite fast, which is really cool to see. And you do have the battering ram in the front here. It's like black plastic. You just pull it out like that, and then it clicks into place. And it can then, you know, push into stuff or smash into stuff, I guess we'll say. You know, like this, for example, a little bit. It is kind of hard to push back in place by hand. You have to either, I guess, actually use it as a battering ram or kind of, you know, coax it back into place like that. It does make some bad sounding click noises, but you're not breaking it. It's just clicking back into place underneath the vehicle. So this is really cool as well. But I think as a whole, even though the Hess trucks have kind of been going up in price in the past few years, this one was for sale for I think around $42, give or take. They are still including the various sound functions, which I think have been improving in quality. And of course, the secondary vehicles are always packed with features as well. They're either of the pullback or friction variety, and they're also lighted. And in addition to that, you usually have a moving part or two. In the case of the police Cruiser here, you have two different moving parts with this rotating scope up on the roof here and the battering ram in the front. Now we'll see how these look in the dark. Wow, these are actually quite bright. Since Hess began using the LED lights in their vehicles, the lights really have, I think, improved in terms of brightness and in durability as well. Because I have older Hess trucks from the early 2000s where they use like just individual, I don't know, incandescent, non-LED bulbs basically, and they do burn out. So, for example, if this had been made, you know, maybe around like 2001 or 2002, by now some of these individual lights would be burned out. But the LED lights are going to last for a long time. And the batteries that Hess gives you with both the primary vehicle and the secondary vehicle in their recent trucks, the batteries always last at least a decade. I still have the batteries that came with my 2015 Hess truck, and they're still working fine. But in terms of storing these long term, just remember to take the batteries out. You can always keep the batteries with the trucks, but just make sure that when you have them in their boxes for a long time, to take out the batteries and just put the batteries either loose in the box or store the batteries somewhere that's not actually inside the vehicles. So we'll turn the lights back on now. So I think in general, the 2023 Hess police truck and Cruiser are quite cool. So if you can find the 2023 Hess truck and Cruiser for a good price, I would say it's worth getting. And if you're a collector of Hess trucks like I am, this is definitely a more unique vehicle in the sense that one, it's a police vehicle, and two, the primary vehicle is done in all green as opposed to the usual all white that we're kind of used to seeing on previous Hess vehicles. Of course, for some of the fire trucks that they've done, they were done in red, but we haven't really seen too many Hess vehicles done in all green like this one here. So yeah, that's my take on the 2023 Hess truck, and I hope you guys found this video helpful. And feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on this Hess truck or on Hess trucks in general. I think at some point I'll be doing a video of all of my entire Hess truck collection in the near future as well. Thanks for watching.